Welcome to Dare Education Awareness, where you can find the latest news on all Dare County schools, the Coastal Studies Institute, and the College of the Albemarle. We keep you informed, entertained, and up to date on education in Dare County. The Coastal Studies Institute explores environmental change with a new multimedia exhibition.
You watch the weather, you listen at the weather, you look up at the sky, you look down on the ground. And I said, everything's changing. I said, it's changing. I said, I know God said it won't be, He was not going to flood the earth no more. And that's true, but yet still floods are still coming.
Rising is a multifaceted, multimedia outreach and research exhibition. It combines fine art, literal and abstract photography with oral histories of people's perspectives of how things have changed along the coast in North Carolina. This project was inspired by a lifetime of listening to my dad's stories. He would sit on the porch in Buxton and tell me of things that had changed in his world, you know, where the beach used to be from the lighthouse, or how they used to get to the Outer Banks from Englehart, and started to think about how many stories there are like this. And when we were out in the field interviewing commercial fishermen for something completely different, they'd say, well, I've seen fish here in the last 10 years that I'd never seen before in my whole life. So we started to hear these anecdotes and went on a helicopter ride to do some photography, and all the pieces started to come together that we needed to explore change and people's perceptions of it.
I think that oral histories are a really compelling way to delve deep into different subjects, and it was an appropriate medium for this research to better understand what people's perspectives are. It would provide a more rich perspective than just quantitative data. So the oral histories were quite in-depth. We had some oral histories that were 5 hours long. That allowed us an opportunity to get to know the individuals, to become comfortable with them, and really for us to explore a variety of topics about change.
And that's what I remember reading one time too about sea level rise. That a lot of times you can't, if it's fair weather, it's not real noticeable. Yeah. But if you have a situation as a hurricane, northeaster, a whole lot of rain, that's when you can really tell that the water's up.
I'm Cahoon. I've been an architect on the Outer Banks for 30 years, and I'm currently serving as the mayor of Nags. And so I've really enjoyed offering input. As an architect, I was also on the design team here at the Coastal Studies Institute, and so I knew that this space was designed for just this kind of exhibit. So after I'd seen the exhibit a couple of times, and they were looking for an Outer Banks location, and I was excited to have it come to a place on the Outer Banks so that locals could see it. I thought about this space and how ideal it would be, and the exhibit really shows very nicely here.
So my role has been to be the community filter, living in a community where the concept of sea level rise and changing landscapes is very sensitive. I hope I helped shape the wording and the voice to be an open discussion. Everybody's perspective is valuable, and we all learn from each other. So I am thankful for the opportunity to be a part of the project and to be that community filter.
Rising is really important because bringing these concepts and visual evidence of what is happening along North Carolina's coast is so important. There are a lot of people who may not necessarily believe a scientist who comes in and says this is happening, but when they see it with their own eyes and they hear these testimonies with their own ears, it becomes a much more powerful and convincing experience than I could ever do with a graph.
I think that sea level rise and climate change is one of the greatest threats facing the coast of North Carolina, and it's really necessary for us to start accepting that as a fact and to plan and prepare and to adapt as a community. There's an economically significant piece to our coastal communities, but also there's an incredibly important cultural piece to this. In order for those places to persist, we have to lay some plans, put some plans in place that allow them to thrive.
Dare County Schools welcomes Terrance Simien and the Zydeco Experience.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Good. My name is Terrance Simien, and this is my band, the Zydeco Experience. And we from South Louisiana, and we're gonna do y'all some Creole music from South Louisiana called Zydeco. Can you say Zydeco?
I'm Chris Owen, I'm the Executive Director of Dare County Arts Council, and we're pleased to present Terrance Simien and the Zydeco Experience at Dare County Schools this month. We went to speak with the new Superintendent of Schools, John Farley, and his staff, and they were eager to do a collaboration, which was really great for us to be able to bring an arts program into the schools. Started out as a young musician, and now he comes back having won 2 Grammys. Having been a musical consultant for Disney's Princess and the Frog, his career has skyrocketed. He's been from West Africa to Moscow to Australia, all throughout North America with his Creole for Kids program.
My name is Terrance Simien. I'm a Creole from South Louisiana, and I play Creole music. And the style of our music is called Zydeco. I'm not alone. I have my band, the Zydeco Experience, and we've just been having a great time here in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and we met some cool people, some awesome students that were really some of the best audiences we've ever had doing our Creole for Kids in the history of Zydeco, and just really loving it, loving being out here.
It was just amazing to see the energy, and not just from the students, but also from the faculty. They were totally engaged, not the typical experience that you have in a school day. And for me, I thought it was cool because it's not just about Zydeco music. It's about a love of American roots music. Zydeco touches so many different cultures. It's a touchstone and a placeholder for something larger, and that is indigenous American art forms.
I think it's really important to bring musicians to the Outer Banks because it gives young musicians and people aspiring to be songwriters or singers, it gives them the chance to see what it's like and see people who have accomplished so much.
I hope the kids can learn a little bit about our area and our culture, our music, and our way of life. You know, our show kind of gives them a window into not only Louisiana Creole history, but American history. And I want them to enjoy it. I want them to enjoy the music, you know. I mean, that's what the music was created for people to, come out and enjoy themselves and forget their troubles and be happy.
This is the biggest thing we've done with the school system in some time. We've had a collaboration with them in some way, shape, or form every year, but this is definitely the largest thing we've done. And for the Arts Council, it's really important for us to try and continue to do this kind of work. And we've gotten tremendous feedback from the folks that we've worked with at schools. One of the most rewarding parts of putting this together was working with a ton of civic partners, starting with the school system. But I do have to give special recognition to the Don and Catherine Bryan Cultural Series. They were our partner from the beginning. The second I brought this up to their leadership, they jumped on board, and they're really the co-presenters of this.
Well, give yourself a hand, y'all, for being the best audience and the best crowd ever been tonight. Thank you so much, y'all. God bless. Good night, everybody.
The the College of the Albemarle takes a deeper look at their scholarship opportunities.
Hello, my name is Amy Alcocer. I'm the Executive Director at College of the Albemarle's Foundation. On behalf of the college, I am proud to serve our students with over 105 scholarship opportunities to support and assist them towards pursuing their higher education goals. The foundation provides more than $250,000 annually in scholarships to students. These are great opportunities for you to take advantage of, and it's a meaningful investment from our donors to the students in our region. A lot of our scholarship opportunities are catered to the county that you live in. So if you're a Dare County resident, I encourage you to look into the scholarship opportunities that are out there just simply because you live in Dare County. Those opportunities are given by donors who support us at our Eat, Drink, and Art annual Dare County Scholarship fundraiser, and they're also done through private scholarships with the Outer Banks Community Foundation as well.
As a father with family and kids and responsibility, you always have this financial situation that you have to think about in order to make these changes. I actually went to school back in my home country as a graduated in engineering and electronics, but here I actually always I wanted to pursue is a science and engineering, specifically in a math-related field. So I went through and fill out the application, not really expecting much, but it will happen. But thank God that I received a scholarship from the College of the Albemarle, which actually helped me out to continue with this journey. Education is a path to a better life. If you have a financial needs covered, the rest is up to you. You put your effort and you're good to go.
When I first got out of high school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I had no idea where I wanted to go. So it was really, really awesome to have a 2-year college right in my backyard. And financially, it also was a tremendous help. I had brain cancer when I was 8, so my family's a little under the wind when it comes to financials, and COA really, really was able to help me with that. I got multiple scholarships through the college. The application was very, very user-friendly. It's amazing, you know, I still work, I commute to class when I need to, or I do the classes online. Without COA, I definitely 100% would not be where I am today.
As we all know, financial burdens we're faced with every day, and a scholarship can provide students that opportunity to complete their studies, to be a lifelong learner, and to continue to go back to school to receive more and additional education along their way. Whether you're in a college and you want to get your associate's degree to transfer, or whether you're in the workforce and you're thinking of going back to school to get a different job, that is where a community college comes in place, and that is where our scholarships really will reside with those individuals who are seeking those career opportunities.